Top of the morning, everybody. Eric Solbox out in the little factory this morning. So I did, in fact, get the new frames powder coated yesterday, and I stayed out here long enough to actually get a set of 9-inch cases put on here. Man, this just looks awesome. I'm really thrilled with how the frames came out. I managed to use the space the best I could in terms of keeping everything tucked up to the bike as close as possible. It's better than I thought it would be. Like this bike, Honda didn't do me any favors with the overall width of it. But if you really look at something that I failed to pay attention to when I was thinking about designing these, is that the wind on the front of this bike, actually, look at this angle and where the wind goes. I took this around the block last night real quick, took it up to like 50 or 60 miles an hour. I like to, as I'm riding, put my hand down and feel, how much wind am I catching down here? Certainly a lot more going by up here than there is down here. So hopefully I'm keeping these somewhat out of the wind. I still think 8-inch boxes on this would really be awesome. I used to be an ultralight backpacker, so generally I fill up one pannier and then I'm like scratching my head, what the hell do I do with the other one? So like I can definitely travel with an 8-inch box, no problem. But the 9s actually look a lot better than what I was thinking they would. And so time will tell just how functional they're going to be in terms of, I really hope I'm not going to take a hit with the gas mileage. And I have a feeling I'm probably not going to. Maybe slightly, but like when I designed frames and boxes for KLRs, like it didn't matter what I did to that bike. I just got about 50 miles to the gallon fully loaded with the boxes or without them. So it didn't really seem to matter. So I'll show you guys, anybody that's not familiar with my panniers and frames, this is how the quick release works. You undo the knob, and then there are a couple of pucks on the back of the box that allow it to hang off of the frame, so it lifts up and comes off. Super easy quick release. What else is going on here? Today I'm going to work on putting a power outlet of some sort on this bike. I need power for a phone. Might put a dedicated GPS up here at some point, so I would want power for that too. So that's really what I'm going to be working on today, is getting power for myself. Another thing I'm looking at, I bought this little 1-gallon can about a month and a half ago with the intent of like trying to come up with some sort of mounting system for it where you could have actually, like maybe I could build a bracket sort of like what's that company that makes the fuel canisters that attach them to panniers? Not coming to me right now. But I was thinking, they're expensive. Either way is my point. Maybe I could come up with something that would do this and be able to put this onto a pannier. And what I'm thinking now is that this dead space with the toolbox that's now completely unfunctional because you can't open it without removing the frame, maybe I'll pop that off and machine myself some sort of an insert onto the handle here and make it so Rotopacks, that's what I was trying to think of. But maybe I'll machine something so that can hang in this dead space. It actually appears to fit in there really nice. This is actually an American company. This is Midwest Can. I really like this little jerry can. And so having an extra gallon, that's 70 extra miles that I can go. I'm not thrilled with how far this bike goes. I was hoping to get about 250 miles to a tank, and it looks like it's unlimited, more like 200. So that's something else I'll be working on at some point. I've also, on my last KLR, I sold that set of cases, but I had built a toolbox that you could only take it off from inside the box via 2 knobs, but a little matching toolbox that turns this area under here into storage for all your tools. And that's right where you want your weight, is to be down low and as far forward as possible. Now, something else I should talk about with the frames that I designed for this that I haven't really covered so far is you want to centralize your mass. Every frame I've seen for this bike so far, everything is either too far back or too far up. And where I put these was very, very specific. Actually, I had them mocked up, the original tack welds. I gave myself an extra ½ inch. I moved it back, but these are absolutely perfectly placed. Like you could still, if you had to, fold down the passenger pegs and get somebody on the back. But the truth is, this isn't really a two-person bike. But I've got the weight forward and as low as it can possibly be. It's perfect for me to sit on the bike and be able to ride it. I nailed it in terms of exactly where those are gonna ride. So that's something to really think about on a motorcycle is, you know, manufacturers spend a lot of money and time trying to keep things centralized, and the luggage should be too. You start pushing that weight further back and up, and the next thing you know, your bike just handles like garbage. So I've really got the weight right where I want it. See right where the center of this is gonna run through here. It's gonna be nice. I couldn't really move it any further forward, but even when I load this up, like my heavy stuff, I'm trying to keep it in the bottom of the can and forward. So anyway, I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm gonna get back to work. I got a bunch of stuff I wanna do to this bike today. So Eric Solbox, ride safe everybody. I will talk to you later.